Hello, lovely, beautiful people. I'm Sap from PDP Cycling. Today, let's do something different but kinda the same, right? You may see very similar software right here, which is basically a SolidWorks. So today, I'm going to show you how to use the SolidWorks to find out the leverage ratio of mountain bike. Right, there are two channels that I would like to thank. First is Trail POV, and the second one is Andre XTR, which are two YouTubers that I admire, and they are my inspiration to do this kind of video. Right, let's get into it. The bike that I'm gonna use as a subject today is Pivot SwitchBlade. I think this one is 2022, maybe 2023. Not sure about that, but um, let's use this one for now. Um, what we're gonna do is to find the information about the shock length, the I to I, E to E length, which I'm gonna use that as a reference, distance, so I can scale the the whole, schematic to the right um, scale. Right. When I take a look in the internet, there's not much information even on Pivot, its own website, which so weird that they don't really have information about that. But I found in here in Vital MTB, and they found something. I found something here. It has a Fox float 185 by 55. So we're gonna use this as a reference, length in SolidWorks. Right, let's get into it. Let me close this. Which were the periods. Right, so you open the part, you go to Sketch, Front Plane, Tools, go to Sketch Tools, go down to Sketch Picture, and then take a look, browse your photo of choice. So I got this one, Pivot. Ooh, not very good. Um, I don't really like this because it has got black, but maybe it's okay. Alright, so we're gonna scale this thing to 185. So between the E to E, I to I. So I'm gonna take this. Oops, sorry. The mouse has to be like this, so I'm gonna place it right here, approximately. And I'm gonna move this thing, but I don't know it for sure. So I will leave it like this, and I zoom in, make sure that the center of the scale, the ruler, is gonna be there. So I'm gonna put it right here, and the top one will be approximately right here, and I put number 185. So the photo will be scaled to 185, and then check it right here. Right now, the length between eye to eye, there will be 185 according to the website. Right, the next thing I'm gonna do is to place reference point. It has to be the point that stick to the frame. It won't move. So I'm gonna zoom in, place it right here, approximately the center, and I'm gonna press fix so it's fully defined. Another one right here, fully defined, and one right here, again fully defined because it has to be stay still. Right, Then the next thing, I'm gonna draw the triangle here, the linkage, the top one here. So it will be right here. It should be here and come back here. So we got ourselves the first linkage, and the second linkage is gonna be right here to here, right? And what we're gonna do next is to make sure that it doesn't move anywhere. So right click here, make a block, yes, and then make this three again. Make sure you select three of them together, and then click like this. Save reminder. Let's save the file. So bit SwitchBlade, right? And then we're gonna draw the rear triangle here. So I'm gonna draw from the center right here, and then right here, and then we keep going from here to here, right? And then from here to here, right? And let's hope this work. It should work. Right, make a block again. So nice, if it's work. So press ESC a few times and then click right here. You should be able to drag the link. Now you can see that the link is working. Not this pen is working. No, not that. Not Hambini. Sorry. Right. And then I will save this thing again. Then what I would do is to draw a center line. It's not necessary, but it's good to keep, you know, line center sharp, and hence the reason why I make it 185 according to the specification. And then I'm use the smart dimension tool and I draw number here, so it's 185, and now the link will be added, 0 travel, right? And then the next step, draw the center line. I usually do is to go right there about where the rubber touched the ground to the front wheel, where it's kind of defined the wheelbase, right? So I got this the reference line right here, and then the next thing is put the smart dimension and make a measurement from here to here, and then I will move a little bit to here. I put number here, and what is very important to do is to right click here, sorry, press ESC a few times, right? Make it black, fully defined, and make it driven dimension. So this dimension will be driven by the shock, right? And click right here and test if this work. So we change the number of the shock length. So I put 185. It has 55 travel right here. So I press like this. Good. Now we're good. So we go back to 185. And the number here is 370.92. So I put in my Excel. So I have wheel to ground position, a reference position. So it's 370.92 millimeter. Shock E to E distance is 85. At this moment, we don't give a shit, but bear in mind that it has got this length, right? So I'm gonna put the number, yeah, right? So keep that in mind. It's gonna be the travel will be 55 as the rear shock. So I'm gonna put 180, 175, and keep going until it has got 55. How much for the 55? 185 minus 55. So it should be at 130. So I'm gonna go two more times. Alright, done. So shock travel is gonna be this distance minus itself, but I'm gonna keep this one, so I press F4. Right. Shock travel, it will be maximum 55, which corresponding to this number right here, right? Okay, let me put some. Right. So what I'm gonna do is keep doing this. So I'm gonna put 180. So I keep doing this thing. So it's gonna be bit bang operation. So 185.93, 385.93. So this is gonna be tedious, but good for me. Not gonna take very long. Just tedious. Just 5 millimeter is not too bad. You probably gonna get a very, accurate, quite accurate number, decent number. I would say that it's not too bad. 160 already. 43975. It's easier to keep that in mind that when you go by 5 millimeter, it just not too bad. 46434. We almost there. Right. Oh, come on. 487. 7. One more. 498. 81. And the last one. 50936. Right. I'm gonna save this. And let's take a look at wheel travel, because the wheel travel is basically, it's going to be this number minus itself. Press F4 here, so we can just go like this. Yeah, in this analysis it's got 180, 138, and according to the website it has got 142 maybe. Yep. So it's 4 millimeter differences, so it doesn't make big deal, right? So it's how much percentage? 142 minus 138. I'm gonna find the percentage of error divided by 142. So it's 2.8%, give or take, error. Oh, yep, deal with it, right? For the percent travel, because I want to have a ratio metric number, right? Okay, that would be 0, 100% divided by this number. So keep doing that. What? Okay, I forgot. E15 here has to press F4. Right, so you got pretty decent, number. Right now is the time of truth, so we're gonna find the leverage ratio. So it will be the differences of the wheel travel, and wheel travel is here minus before and divided by the shock travel. So I minus here. Right, so the start leverage ratio is 3 and it's ended at what, 2.11, which is very progressive in my opinion. Let's find the percent progressivity. How much? That would be this minus this 100 divided by this. So that's 29% progressivity, which is huge, like really big, really. Right, and what you are waiting for, I'm gonna plot this, and it should look very nice. Just to make it a little bit slightly better. Ratio versus percent wheel travel. Think, is that percent wheel travel? Yeah, it's percent wheel travel. Right, might as well make it look slightly larger and change the scale for a bit, and maybe 2.0 should be okay. Now, and maybe 1 decimal point. Right, I don't like it here, so I put just general. Right, so here we are. This is what we got for the Pivot SwitchBlade, which is the most progressive suspension I ever analyzed ever. Yeah, so that, let's say, is 30% progressive, and the ratio changed between 3.0 to 2.1, which is like quite big actually. Let me put something here. Pivot switch blade. Let's take a look at the other bike that I have done some analysis. Commensal Meta AM29, which this is the one from Trail POV, and this the number that I got. Is slightly weird. It's 15.3% progressive, and it has got some weird curve right here. So I'm just using trend line to have the calculation. Propane T. How do you pronounce it? T. Whatever. It has got 27.5 progressivity, so it's about 3.1 each to 2.2, which slightly different from the pivot, and it has got very similar link. I mean twin link, but this one rotate in a different way. It's no, it has actually rotate the same way, but the top link is positioned differently from pivot. It has got um, the ratio like this. Orange, actually my orange is quite, this is my orange 6 Alpine 6 2017, single pivot, no linkage, and it has got 1.6% progressivity. Yep, pretty weird, but there is some progressivity. um, but we can say that's actually very much linear. If you take a look, like if I change the scale, it looks so linear. But if I press reset, yeah, you can see the, you know, the illusion of axis, right? The last one is Java. It's Chinese brand bicycle. They just released this model. They don't even have like information on the internet. So I have to make a guesstimation, and I make a guess and estimate the, you know, the shock length whatsoever. And according to my analysis, it has got 18% progression. And the leverage ratio look weird, by the way. And I think it's quite accurate in terms of analysis, because what we're doing here is that actually we don't really care about this number so much. I mean, the absolute number is become irrelevant from the analysis, because later on a number will be, you know, the ratio between length and length, the length of wheel travel and the length of shock travel, and that's eliminate the um, you know, the error of measurement. And anyway, we still have to account for the error of uh, you know, parallax effect from, you know, photography. You take a photo and you probably have some distortion, and that is an error that I have to take into account when, you know, making any calculation. But it's still within 5%. We should be, you know, okay about that. So there you have it. How to use SolidWorks to do a little bit of dirty work um, with linkage analysis, and, you know, to get some leverage ratio analysis. And I hope you learned something today. And if you enjoy, press like button. If you're not, whatever. I don't care. Bye bye. Cheers.